got volume now. I had that one thing plugged up and I ain't had my mic up. There we go, man. So I guess I gotta get started because I've been talking. That's probably why people been going down. Shout out Preaching Prophet. Make sure I know, you send me some stuff all the time. Make sure you send me a PM. I'm gonna bless you, right? I'm gonna give you a blessing. I got those vacation vouchers. I'm gonna send you a blessing because you looked out. Because I've been talking for a whole hour and nothing. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that. Really, I appreciate that. Anyway, I guess I gotta start over so y'all can know what I'm talking about because it been quiet, right? So what I'm talking about right now is opportunities, right? You can see the picture above, hungry for more. If you've been a follower of mine, you've been looking at my videos, you know I've been talking about self-employment, how to get a job, how to get opportunities, all that good stuff. And what I just was talking about for all that time, and I guess nobody heard me, was the fact that in today's time, so many people are losing their job. I was one of them. I see my videos, y'all know that. I was one of them. Spirit Airlines, you know what it is to go to work, right? You go to work on a Friday. Yeah, if you go to work, it's a normal day, whatever Friday, I'm getting ready for the weekend, Airline stewardess who's on the plane, serving drinks, doing what they do. Then about 12 p.m., everything's shut down, go home. Oh man, they letting us off early. I get to turn up a little bit early. Then you probably see from the news that, guess what? It ain't about turn up early. It's about turn up, period. No more bread, no more job. That's it. And then a lot of us, we in that, it's so many people. When you hear about Facebook firing, laying off, Amazon, all these big companies, AI coming in, knocking stuff out, and people are getting laid off left and right. You got college, right? A lot of college students. The thing that they teach you in school is you go to school, you go to high school, get good grades. Go to college, maybe you go to graduate school, you get out, you're going to get the best job. You're going to have first dibs of getting the best jobs. Go to the best schools, graduate on top of your class, and you'll get the best jobs. But guess what? You don't get the best jobs. Why? The job market is so crowded because there's so many people looking for jobs. And likewise, the higher the salary that you're looking for, the harder it is. So it's like you can find these little $8, $10, $15 jobs, but to find something, that's what you call it, something that pays, it's not there, right? And so what I was talking about before was this. Most of my videos lately, you see I'm trying to pump out of opportunities because I don't want people to just get stuck one way. When you think about a job, J-O-B, just over broke job. That's exactly what it is. Even when you say, oh man, I don't have a job, because usually when you say I'm a job, that means you flipping burgers or packing bags, something like that, right? One of those lower entry type jobs, lower income type jobs. No, you got careers that's just over broke. People that got these nice salary careers, they just over broke. And the problem is because you got all your eggs in one basket, one paycheck. When that paycheck stops, that's it, baby. Nothing else. What do you have to fall back on? So now when we talk about rich people, right? Why rich people don't depend on one income stream? Simple, because they smart. Anytime you hear about anybody that make money, that got money, they talk about diversification. Diversify your funds, right? They always have multiple nest eggs. I'll call them squirrel nuts, right? That's what I tell my wife all the time. Like, yo, I got multiple squirrel nuts. And the reason why I use that analogy is when you think about a squirrel, nature will teach you something always, right? You think about squirrels. Squirrels are fine, climb trees, find these acorns, find whatever they find, and they stack them in different trees. Shout out to Kimberly. Shout out my son. How you doing, Elijah? Shout out everybody that's joining. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow, share the live, hearts, all that good stuff. If you want to send roses, coins, and all that stuff, thank you. You know what I mean? But I'm really here to share you this opportunity. So like I was saying, these squirrel nuts, right? A squirrel, they pack nuts away in all these different trees, right? So even if a tree cut down, if it burns down, or another squirrel probably beat them up and jack them for their tree. Guess what? They got multiple sources, so they always want to eat. When the time comes, guess what? I go to this tree, I go down here, I got this little hole, I got this, I got that. They got multiple stashes. And so nature teaches us we have to have multiple stashes. But how can you? Because again, this job we go to, just over broke opportunity, you go. So let's go into story time. I gotta protect the names of the innocent, and I ain't gonna mention names, right? You gotta stay away from getting sued and all of that. But I remember working hard a couple of years ago, working with cable, right? And I was with one of the, the company I'm with, one of the biggest telecommunications companies in the planet. And I remember, I worked and I traded a lot of hours for dollars. Shout out to Scott, shout out to every girl, shout out to Ask Grandpa, shout out to everybody joining up. Don't forget the heart and all that good stuff. Anyway, I remember trading a lot of hours for dollars, where you leave early in the morning, you work, then you got to drive through the traffic. So you spending 10 to 12 hours, sometimes 14, 16 hours, and you never get a chance to spend with your kids. I can't tell you how many hours, how many days, how many weeks I lost from my family going on trips, out of town to try to earn that bread. Because again, I'm trying to earn it for my family. You know what I mean? So they can live good, eat good, all that stuff, do the things like a man's supposed to do. But the main thing a man's supposed to do is supposed to be there for his family, to protect his family, to nurture the wife and nurture the kids and raise them up to be that man figure in their life. But a lot of times, hardworking men, they can't. And it's not just hardworking men. Let's talk about the single mothers out there that's not getting help. And so now they got to work 1, 2, 3 jobs. Kids left alone. Come on, somebody. Y'all feeling me, man? Go ahead and put it in the comments. Send me the hearts. Shout out Anthony. Shout out Fard. Shout out Rosa. If y'all feeling me, man, go ahead and put it in the comments. Let me know. Let me know somebody out there feeling what I'm feeling. And then you understand why I'm so passionate with the videos that I come out, with the opportunities that I try to present for everybody. Not fluff, not mumbo jumbo. I'm not a guru. I don't do that. I believe in the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. If I ain't do it, if I never did it, I'm not talking about it. If I never lived it, I'm not talking about it. That's straight up. If anybody that know me, any client that ever dealt with me, they know this, man. So when you deal with me, you dealing with facts. So what you see up above, hungry for more. I'm looking for people in this season that's hungry for more, hungrier than just being in a job, just over broke situation, hungrier where you tired of just having that one basket. And when that one basket is removed, AKA job say, okay, we tired, we done. That's it. Then what? Now you got to go hunt for a job. And in today's time with AI, a lot of times, I was applying for jobs, right? Because I told y'all, full transparency, I lost my joint, right? Trying to find something. And it's been a while because I've been with my job for a while. And as I was saying, I ain't realized my mic wasn't even on. So I was just talking to the wind. But how many of y'all been at a job 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years? And so when you get released, you don't remember how to apply for a job. Because if you remember back in the days, a couple of years ago, you graduate high school, you find a job, you work that job for about 20, 30, 40 years. You got out, you got your retirement watch. They give you your gold watch. They give you your chain, whatever, barbecue grill, whatever. You know what I mean? And that's it, and you got a pension, you had your medical, you retired. That was the American dream. But nowadays, shout out Ace, shout out RZA, shout out Renee's, Sassy Sag. What's up with y'all? Thank you for joining. Nowadays, it's not like that. A lot of days, you don't even, first of all, if you work a job that long, you're not even working for a retirement. You don't even get a pension. You're lucky if they have a 401k. That's it. So if you're not planning, you don't have nothing. And so, again, like I told you, where I'm at, they shut down. We had people 20, 30 years, right? And when I talk to them, because I try to do a lot of, what you would call mental management, right? Because if you work the job, this all you work, and all of a sudden your money done, guess what? It hurts. And you can have people that's all tore up, man, where they might want to jump over off a bridge or something. So when you talk to people and you be like, man, what's your plan? And they say, I don't know. This was my first job coming out of high school. I got this, I applied, I got it, I've been working it. I don't know what to do, baby. That's a sad feeling. A lot of people, a lot of y'all right now, a lot of people joining in, or the people that's going to catch this when I put it out there on video, right? A lot of people, if you have a job, a good job that actually got benefits, you got a life insurance policy, right? With your job. And you probably had that when you was 20 something. They let you go when you're about 40, 50. The reason why? Simple. You cost more to the company. The older you get, the more you're going to go to the doctor, the more you're going to get your teeth worked, your hip, you need surgeries, you cost more money. That's why they chop. And if you realize once you're older, once you hit over 40, trying to find a job, a full-time job, it's like they're near impossible. Why? Because they don't want to, you cost more money. So like they'll give you a contractor gig. You can get part-time gigs. You can get a 1099 gig, but you're not going to get full-time employment. Why? Because you cost too much, baby. And so now, like I talked about before, right? Bills don't stop. Shout out Faye Bell, what's good with you? Shamrock, how you doing? Bills don't stop. The 1st and 15th, guess what? You get fired today. The 1st of June come through, guess what? Rent due, baby. We need that car note money, baby. Credit card due, baby. Whatever you done spent, we need that, baby. And that's what it is. So you got to have multiple squirrel nuts, multiple ways of getting income. And this is the things that I'm pumping out. This is what this is about. If you've seen some of my recent posts and that I've been having in videos, and it's talking about self-employment, the opportunity. So let's talk about it. Again, a lot of y'all this weekend, y'all getting ready. You know, I know down here in Houston, they always got something going on. They always got some event. They always got some parties going on. They always got something always popping off. Shout out Red. Shout out Maku, Kiwi, Vivian. Shout outs to y'all. Thank y'all for joining. Don't forget the heart, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help me, help you, help us. That's what I was saying. Yeah, in Houston, a lot of people come down here. They come down here to party. And when you party costs money. And people want to spend $200, $400, $500, $1,000 to come down here and enjoy themselves. Listen, Houston is a popping city. They got any kind of food you want to eat. They got it. They always have these shows. They always have these events. You got, if you like the outdoors, they got spots where you can hunt. They got lakes. You can fish. You can do boat activities. You can swim. You know, they got a lot down here. And that's why a lot of people always coming down here, right? And they move down here. And then they get lost in the sauce with all this partying. You spend up all your bread and then come to first. Can't pay your rent. Can't pay this. Can't pay that, right? But let's not talk about it like that. Let's just talk about money. The value of a dollar. A lot of people going to spend money. A lot of you going to spend money. This weekend, you probably spent it today. You probably spent $100, $200, $500, right? That you will never see that money again, right? Remember I talked about squirrel nuts, where you got to always stash money, you know, because you never know what tomorrow may bring. And a lot of us, we don't think like that. We forget it. Life insurance. I'm so tired of seeing people with GoFundMe. Somebody passed. I see people rocking Jordans and Gucci, Fendi, Prada, or Uchi, you know, whatever. But you looking nice, you taking trips, and then God forbid you pass away. And now everybody talking about GoFundMe. And the thing about it is life insurance, you can get a policy for $10. If you young, you can get a policy for $10 and have that same price all the way through. Or you got people like I talked about. You get a job, you early, you get that company plan, right? And as soon as the company drops you, you're about 40 or 50, you don't have a plan no more because the insurance policy only covers you while you're on the job. So now when you get out and you're trying to get another policy, when you first started, you know, you could pay $10, $20, $30 a month. Now, to get the same type of coverage, you got to pay $200, $300, $400. And we already know with life, when you talk about life, when you're starting at your 20s, You first start off with low dough. And then as you climb the ladder of success, your money goes up. But then you start plateauing. When you hit your 50s, normal, regular folks, you get 50. Why? Because your body get tired. I know as a soldier, right? I can get up at the crack of dawn, run 5-10 miles, yelling like a banshee. I was always from Loudmouth, right? So I was always the radio. When we used to do our ruck marches or our runs, anybody shout out to Fort Hood, Fort Stewart, Hunter Army Airfield, they know I was the mouth. I left. I got everybody pumped up, right? When you're young, you can do all this wild, crazy stuff. But as you get older, them knees, baby, them knees don't work no more. You ever wake up and you hear, that's what I hear. Let it rain outside. Like, man, where'd that come from? You know what I mean? It's crazy. Getting old. And you think you'll live forever. You think you built up forever, but you're not. You got to have a plan. You got to have your retirement plan. You got to be able to, as you get older, like I said, your money goes up, then you start plateauing, then around 50, 60, your money goes down. So you don't have it to where you should be spending more money as you get older. But sadly, people don't think about their future until later. And later is where it costs more money. The same, say $100,000 policy that you get for insurance. If you 18, 19, you could pay $10 for it. You 40, now you got to pay $100. You 50, now you got to pay $200. You 60, you got to pay about $300-$400. It goes up, and up. But these are the things people don't talk about, right? Saving up money. And the next thing will be like, man, Kareem, how we going to save money when I hardly got money? Because again, a lot of us are working those jobs just over broke. And even with careers, you'd be like, oh, I got a good career, but you don't have financial sense. So you're blowing money fast. You can make six figures. Some people make 500, almost $1 million in broke. You don't believe me? Look at them NFL stars. How many of them going to the league? The millionaires made over 100 million, 200 million. And as soon as they retire, because again, the body be, life is life and adulting is adulting. And guess what? When them knees can't do them shortcuts no more, even basketball players, hockey players, baseball players, how many of them in their prime was all-star? They can do whatever they want to do, and then they come to retire now because you ain't no good. And because you didn't have a plan, you spent money crazily, boom, you're broke. How that look to make it to the top of life? Your 20s and your 30s. And then by your 50s, you got to go back to the projects. You got to go back to the shacks. You got to go back. That's crazy because people don't have a plan. And so this is what I'm talking about right now. My whole main spiel for this is talking about having a plan, having a backup, having multiple streams of income, as we talked about. Why rich people don't depend on one income? Because if they did, they wouldn't be rich. They'll be like us. They'll be working jobs just over broke. Rich people, forget rich people, because there's a difference. Let me break this down. Let me turn this down because I want to make sure y'all hear me fully and clearly. There's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. And if you saw a video I just put out today, it relates to active income, passive income. Rich people, again, I talked about ball players, basketball players, football players, whatever, right? Matter of fact, let's talk about basketball, right? Let's talk about LeBron. And I think this is the prime person to use, right, for this analogy. Shout out to prophetess Cassandra. Brother, are you related to Bernie Mac? We family. They say it all the time. We could be. Who knows, right? It's in the bloodline, baby. Shout out to you. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you give me some hearts and them flowers, them juju bees, them galaxies, whatever they got. I don't know what they do. I'm old school. I'm still learning this. I just try to put out opportunities. Right? Shout out to Janine Hankerson. Thank you. Chinyarm. I think that's how you say it. But shout out to you. The main reason I come with these things, right? Like I said, let's go back to it. I almost forgot, right? Saying my hellos. Active and passive income, right? I can relate that to rich and wealthy. Think of rich being active income because that's what it is. Again, talking about LeBron James. When LeBron James, he's been playing basketball since high school, got out of high school, came in the league. He made a lot of bread. He's a billionaire. He built up his brand. He built up his worth. Even the first one to see his kids when he played with his son. And that's crazy because when you think about all the years to stay in shape, remember I told you, once you hit 40, the knees sound like popcorn when you get up. So to go through all of that, and he's still like, yo, he's still doing it. Shout out CK, thank you. He's still doing it. And now you got to say he's on his way out. But one thing about LeBron, his riches, you know, every salary, every contract he signed, that's riches. He got to play to get paid. That's active income. Now, he was smart. He has investments. He has schools. He had properties. He had businesses so that even when he leaves basketball, he's still going to earn income. He don't have to shoot jump shots and do that forever. He's doing it for the love, but he's rich and that's wealthy. When your money makes money, that is wealth, right? Active income, you're going to get a lot more actively, but the passive income, it starts off small, but as you continue to grow it, it goes up, 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 but it stays consistent. Remember, the body is going to go down, down, down. So actively, you can't do it. That's why, and put in the comments, let me know, right? For when you get older, I know, like I said, you know, I was in the Army, I was in the Navy, I played football in college, high school. You know, I was in shape. I was all of that. Then I got bigger. That belly got bigger too. You know what I mean? The knee couldn't do it no more. When it comes to work, can't do it no more. I was out there, like I said, telecommunications. I was out there digging ditches. I was out there climbing poles, not the stripper pole, but them telephone poles, giving people, you know, hooking them up. Can you hear me? Are you connected? Yo, yo, yo. Internet, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Putting in fiber and net communities, working 12 hours, 13 hours in the manholes. You know, I was in there. I was in the trenches, baby. But I know can't do that no more. And that's why a lot of people, once they get 40 something, heck, some people when you hit 30, you like, yo, baby, I can't do that no more. Warehouse work. Shout out to all my warehouse workers there at Amazon. You know, my truck drivers, the one that got to load and unload, right? That's some hard work, baby. You bust up your knuckles. You know, I remember working them jobs and my hands were so rough. You know what I mean? You touch your lady and she be like, because you're too rough. You know, I've been in the office because I had to slow down because I had injuries. My hands got a little bit softer. And it's the thought of, you know, like I said, job might be going away for real. And so now you think, well, dang, do I got to go back out there in the trenches? Do I got to go out there and dig them ditches? I bet not. You know why? I know too much. The things I talk about all the time in my videos, I know too much. And that's why I'm here to share to y'all. So what is the opportunity? Like I talk about. One thing I learned when I was young, because I was one that blew money fast, because, you know, I come from New York, the place of style and flash, right? Substance. Where it's turn up, turn up, turn up. You know, you go out, you want to look good, you want to look fancy, get your hair done, clean up the car, get you them new Jordans, Nikes, you know, because you got to look fly for the ladies, you know what I mean? The ladies, you know, you get your Gucci, Fendi, Prada, you do your hair, your nails up, it costs a lot of money. And when you think about all the money that you spent and can't see it no more, that's crazy. So now let's talk about this. Let's say, again, a lot of y'all going out this weekend. You're going to spend, somebody put in the comments, how much you spend right now going out? I ain't been out to the club and all that. I don't do that. I'm a family man. I work. I do these businesses. I don't do that. But for y'all that go in the club, for the people that's on right now, how much the club costs? Hey, bro, can I borrow 500? It will help me. Give me 1,000. I give you 500. Let's make it happen. But I tell you this, I got something for you that can give you $500 dang near for free. How about that? Because I know if you got this phone and you're commenting, that means you got some type of internet, some phone service, something. So you're paying a little something somewhere. So now let me, I ain't been out in years, right? You know, I forgot because it cost too much. It was like a trap. Like I remember, man, you know, in the Army, you only make but so much money anyway. And you say you make $1,500. Right? We used to have them military banks. Your money get deposited early about Wednesday night, Thursday. Everybody was broke as a joke, drinking, you know, head crackers. And you, anybody from New York, you know what head cracks are, you know, nuts, whatever. That's them cheap drinks. You know what I mean? Wild Irish Rose, Thunderbird, Mad Dog, OE, them bum drinks, because you got your last dollars. And then as soon as 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock hit and you hear that cha-ching, now you got money, you go out, you hitting the club, you buying, you doing this and that, you got a floss for the ladies, so you might got your money. And then by Monday, you stuck in the defect because you ain't got no bread. And so now you got to hit up payday loans, right? Which payday loans, that's a trap in itself. You never get out of that. Somebody give me some hearts, man, if you've been stuck in the payday trap. If you've been in a situation where your check came, some of y'all paying bills, and it seems like your money just goes, and it's crazy. So let's get into it, right? Because I done did a lot of story time, and I want to get into how to get this money. Again, you see the sign above, hungry for more. You see it about opportunities. What is the opportunity that I'm given? Again, I'm a realtor. I'm a life and health agent. I do commercial funding. I do a little bit of a lot. You know what I'm saying? I got my hands everywhere because, like I said, I never want to have one source of income. And the one thing that I work for years is how to build systems to make money, right? To have the income come in. Shout out to Jazz. Shout out to Horror Household. I think if I messed it up, I'm sorry. Right? Jack of all trades. That's right, man. That's how you got to do it. Experience, learn you something. But I wanted to build systems that not only benefit me, because again, you see my videos, my boss is an Abba Father, and I'm led by him. And one of the things that I pray is, God, I don't want to just take from this world. I want to be able to give, because I know when you give, it's going to come back 10 and 100 fold. So bless me with the knowledge to develop systems that's going to take care of me, my family, and my future generations, but not only my family, but other families. And so I've been formulating, I've been cooking in the lab, I've been coming up with these things, which you see the videos. I've been giving little drops of knowledge here and there. And what's crazy is people don't take it. And sometimes I feel like, man, I should have just said a bunch of lies. I'd have had about 5,000 likes. I probably have 1 million followers right now. I could have been selling $5,000 books, and I'm putting out straight knowledge. And I tell you, research it. Look at ChatGPT. Go on Claude. Go on Google. Go on encyclopedia.com. You see what I'm telling you is the truth. But people, they don't take action. And I don't understand it. But that's okay. Because you know why? I look at the little bit of people that I got in here, right now, right? And it's the people that like my videos, them 100, 200, it seems like I got the solid ones that's always looking, always liking, always supporting. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for all that y'all do. That's why I do it for. Even if it just be one person that get it, thank God. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the opportunity, right? Do you know that right now, working from home, right? Working just like how you looking at me on this phone, laptop, tablet, have TV, however you looking at me right now, right? You can get paid. Yes. You can get paid off of this phone by doing what you see me doing right now, kind of. Right? Making videos, making posts, and having people. And I'm not talking about being no influencer, right? I'm not talking about that. That's not what I'm talking about. I need help with getting an apartment. Tiffany Wright. Well, make sure 346-589-8925. 346-589-8925. That's my autoresponder. Type rent, and we'll get you set up. Okay. Once I get off this live, I'll go ahead, jump on. We get you set up. Or if you've seen www.warriorlocators.com, www.warriorlocators.com, go there. It'll explain the systems that we have. If you second chance, click over to the renew rental side. It'll show you the program to show you how to get done. Boom, there you go. Okay, so now let's get back into it because I don't want to lose it. I know I've been on here for a minute. And I know, it's 5. I got to feed these kids, all that good stuff. So we got to do it. Oh, I see my Cuzzo. What's up, Cuzzo? New York bartender. Yo, if you're in New York, you trying to be a bartender, remember, I always say I plug small businesses. That's my brother from another mother. That's bloodline right there. So if you in New York, if you need a class, even if you ain't in New York, he's training you how to do the bartender, how to set up, party promoter, everything, man. That's an energetic, excited brother. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of him. Give him, he's on there right now. Invite Fantasy. Make sure you plug in. Before take care. Man, somebody calling in scammers, messing up my live. All right. So what I was saying, see, that messed me up. Them doggone scammers always calling. Devil always busy. Shout out, Keisha, for joining. So now let's talk about it. Referral business. What the opportunity is. We already talked about how a lot of y'all right now, y'all gonna go to clubs this weekend spending a lot of money. Y'all gonna spend over $100, $200, $300. And if you seen on my last post, $99 can get you into an opportunity of a lifetime. What is that opportunity? Simple. Let's start off with taxes, right? Taxes is something that everybody need to do. Right? As soon as December comes around, right? It seems like Christmas time. If you drive down the street, you're going to see them tall balloon inflatable cats, or you're going to see the dude in the Statue of Liberty costume, or, you know, whatever costumes they got, talking about, come here, we're going to do your taxes. You got 2 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids. We get you back 2,000, 5,000, whatever. Everybody got to do taxes, right? Businesses got to do their taxes. Everybody gotta do their taxes, baby. So since people gotta do taxes, that's a business that's recession proof, right? Because somebody always gotta do their taxes. Matter of fact, some of you right now probably never filed taxes. Maybe you forgot. Maybe you didn't know, or maybe you just thinking, man, I ain't do it in so long, I'm not gonna get no money, right? Or they're gonna hit me up. And say if I tell you, even if you didn't file for 2-3 years, first of all, you need to file your taxes because you want that peace of mind. And I can assist you with that, right? I just want to plug that in real quick. But now let's go back into the opportunity. For $99, the opportunity is we can train you to do taxes where it'll be your business without being alone in the business. And you're going to have industry leading people that's going to teach you, mentor you. $99. Where this past tax season, the company brought in over $21 million, I think it is. So think about this for a minute. Taxes, January, February, March, April, 4 months. And the company brought in more than 21 million, 30 million, something like that in taxes. And you have people just like you that's sitting right now where you at right now that, you know, they might have been at Starbucks, the barista, whatever they call them. You know what I mean? Slinging drinks and donuts or whatever, that said, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take this $99 and I'm going to invest into myself, and I'm going to practice, and I'm going to learn, and because I'm hungry for more. I want more out this life. And they took it, and a lot of people made 40 grand, 50 grand. Again, do the math. I make 40 grand in 4 months. That's $10,000 a month. How many of y'all making $10,000 a month right now with your job? Some people might, but a lot of people are not. Especially you making only $5, $10 an hour. You're not. Some people made 6 figures. Some people, they've been doing it and they had the idea, like I told you. You always want to build up to where I'm making multiple income, multiple streams of income. So I don't have just one way. I have multiple ways. So they built up teams, right? Where they brought on people. Not only they doing it, but they brought on people. So not only they making money, the people that's under them, they getting the override. They have a full-fledged business. And the cool thing about being online is I'm not stuck brick and mortar. I'm not stuck in one place, right? I could do taxes in all 50 states, right? When you get licensed, and the opportunity I'm talking about, $99, we're going to help you get licensed. Get set up with your training, get everything set up with the IRS. You good to go. And you're going to have the programming, the software alone, right? For anybody that ever looked up how to get into the tax business, the software alone can cost you $500,000, right, per month, renting it out, especially when you got extra people helping you. And this is not the case. You're joining a system that's already in place with people that's already been proven that they good in the system. and they getting money. And so now this is the opportunity that I'm trying to share with you. $99 to get started before July. In July, it's going to jump up to 240 something. Then the closer you get to tax time, the more it's going to cost. So if you wait all the way to about September, it's going to cost you $700. But right now, $99 to get started in the tax business. Where you get to join under me. We're going to train, we're going to learn, we're going to talk, we're going to motivate. Iron sharpens iron. Boom, you good. But this is remember I told you it's about multiple streams. So when you get in doing taxes, not only you can do taxes, but now you can become a referral agent. So people that do taxes, talking about small businesses, right? 1099 people or bigger business. Guess what they're going to need? Bookkeeping, because you got to keep up your books. And a lot of times people lose money with taxes because they don't do their books right. And that's a stream that you don't even have to do. You can refer and get 20% of the business. So I do taxes. I already got a person as a client. I can refer them for bookkeeping. Boom. That's money, baby. That's extra money. That's already 2 streams of income. Now let me give you the third, right? LLCs. How many of y'all right now pole pimping? Right? I say this all the time. It's a difference between a hustle and a business. If you only got Cash App, Zelle, and PayPal, you don't have a bank account, you don't have a business, you have a hustle. And it's a lot of people that try to get houses, right? That come up to me, they want to rent. I'm self-employed. How much you make? Or I make 10, 12,000, 15,000. I had somebody tell me they make 20,000 a month, right? All right, that sound good. How's your credit? Oh, my credit 480. So first thing I say is, why is your credit so low? If you making so much money, you should be paying your bills. So I already know something up, right? And so I'm talking about credit. That's another referral. So you can refer people and get 10% for credit services, right? Credit services, fourth way to make money, debt consolidation, because it's a lot of people, they blow money fast. They got, like I said, the same person, they told me they made 20 grand. They got this 480. And when I did the credit report, man, they owed this, collections, credit card, collection, loan, everything. And so really, they were dang near close to going bankrupt. And because they didn't take care of their books, they wasn't organized. The business was never filed. They just was the sole proprietor. They didn't even have an EIN. They just had a name and they just did some stuff. Right? And it's crazy. And I run into people like this all the time. And I was saying, you know what? Because I run into these people, if I could find a system where I could be an in-house one-stop shop to supply this in a way that I know that works, help you, help me, help us, why not? And so with this business, you can take care of people that need bookkeeping, people that need to take care of credit repair, debt consolidation, LLC formation, where you're just referring. Once you get put on to the $99, you could do the taxes, you get, your money off of that, but then you got all these different things that you could refer. Because again, when people do taxes, you can see their finances. So you see what's going on. You're talking these questions. So now these are multiple ways of other income that you can make, that you can work it, you can learn it and work it, or you can refer it and get the referral fees, right? Active income, work in the business. Passive income, I do referrals, and it's going to bring me money every month. Bookkeeping, as long as they keep it, you getting 20%. Credit repair, you getting 10%, so on and so forth. Now, let's go on to phase 2. I am a life and health insurance agent. You have to be licensed in order to get a commission. We have people in the company that's licensed just so that they can earn the commission off of referrals. Again, remember I told you, this is the only company that I ever seen, where you just get locked in. You get the licensing or whatever that you need, but you can plug in and become a referral source. So a lot of y'all that's on TikTok, you got 5,000, 10,000 followers. I think right now I'm up to 15,000, right? Shout out to y'all that gave me the hearts. I see 12,000 likes, man. That's the biggest I ever got. Thank y'all, man. Whoever that is, whoever doing that, thank you, man. That's love, but that's the most I ever seen. But like I was saying, you can get licensed for your life and health. It only takes 2 weeks. Listen, when I did it with Prime America, right? That's how I got started, Prime America. And I'm not going to go into them. Oh, thank you, bro. You know, sharing love, sharing not. Thank you. Thank you, man. That's what's up. I got started with Prime America, right? What time is it? Because I got to go. Got to feed these kids. And I did the class in 2 days. It was two eight-hour classes. Saturday and Sunday, I did it. That whole week, I did nothing but practice tests. Took the test on Saturday. Boom, 1 week, done. You can get licensed within 2 weeks. And the $99 is for the training. Shout out Big Mill. What's good with you, man? You can get licensed in 2 weeks, right? And like I said, if you want to work life insurance, you can. If not, you can just refer. Because how many people need life insurance, right? How many people, if you on TikTok, you on all these different things. I know everybody heard about infinite banking, right? IULs, infinite banking, whole life, being your own bank, right? With whole life policies, things like that, right? You can get licensed so that you can learn not only to set your own self up with, trust, living trust, things like that. So you bulletproof your life. But now you can set up other family members. You can set up your friends. You can set up others, right? Iron sharpens iron. So I love being in a business where, I'm earning income, but I'm not doing it in a foul way. I'm actually giving something that will help somebody. So again, I have life insurance policies. I have whole life policies. I have, they're about to cut me off. Hold on for a second. I got to put this thing in. I don't know why I said I was inactive. I've been talking for this whole time, but, I got policies. So I'm not telling you something that I don't have, to fleece you, because then that's wrong. It's just like, to me as a realtor, right? I used to say all the time, shout out Shakina Hair Braiding, shout out to you, that for a realtor, to me, it was so contradictive. If you're a realtor and you trying to tell somebody, buy a house, but you never own a house, you just rent. And it's not that you're not making the money or you can't get it, you just won't get it. Then you're not living by your product. If I'm selling a product, I'm telling you, buy a house. How you not going to own a house? To me, how you going to even try to sell me a house? You don't know the process. You don't know how it feels to sweat bullets when you signing on papers. Again, you saw my videos, I talked about it, right? Going to the new construction home sites or whatever, and if you don't have a realtor, your eyes wide open because all you looking for, big, tall ceilings, all this, all that, and you go there and they looking at you like, we got a sucker, because they're going to pump your heartstrings. Oh, look at this. We can give you this. It's like this, yada, 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 yada. And the next thing you know, you signing a paper. You happy because you got this new home, but then 2 years later, when the charges really hit, now you got to foreclose because you didn't have a trusted person by your side. That's why I say when I build things not only to benefit me, but to benefit my people. Just like I fought, I'm an Army veteran, I'm a Navy veteran, combat veteran, disabled veteran. I've been to 3 tours of combat. I fought for my country willingly. I wanted to go. I wasn't drafted. I did it. And if my body was right, I'll do it again. But I do it now here. This is where God got me now. I'm defending my people in America. That's why I went so hard for my renters, right? Renew rentals, people that had bad credit, people that had broken leases and stuff. That's why I fought hard, and that's why I got them in nice spots, but not only nice spots, but gave them the knowledge so that they won't have more broken leases and evictions, and get them on a path to do credit repair. That's why I talk about credit repair. You hear me talk about it all the time. Get your credit right. Your credit is your name. I say this. Why? I've been there. I've been 480 credit score. I've been there. I've been overdraft to overdraft. I've been there. So I don't say stuff that I don't know. I say it because I lived it, and I want to help you, right? I want to help everybody that's listening to me, that when these videos come out, I do it as a service. All service, when you talk about the Abba Father, all service It's not in the pulpit, because a lot of them full of mumbo jumbo anyway. I ain't gonna go into that because that's a whole nother. I might have to make a video series about them too. You know, I see Drewski put it on blast, and I'm glad, because it's crazy. I'm not here to rob God's people. I'm here to enhance God's people. I'm here to be my brother's keeper, my sister's keeper, by offering opportunities that hit. What's the opportunity? Boom, bang, bing. If you look, follow me, subscribe. If you look on my page, you'll see $99 to get started. $99, you can do both. So $200, you can do both taxes and life insurance. And then if you want to work the business, you work it, or you just do referrals and get money. It's that simple, right? And you might say, how much can you make, right? Off a referral. So let's break it down. Let's say, well, as a life insurance agent, right? You get paid off the policy. Let's say the year policy is $1,000, right? And say if you getting, I don't know, let's say if you just doing referrals. So you're getting 10% off $1,000 policy for the year. That's $100, right? For only just giving a name, number, and email. Say if I do this 10 times in a week, I go live, I tell people the greatness of life insurance, things like that, and I get 10 people to do it. That's $1,000 extra in your pocket for just giving a name. Again, think about how many business owners you might know or you might be in contact with on a daily basis. If you go outside, you walk around your neighborhood, drive around your neighborhood, how many business owners, small business owners that need to get their books right? You get 20%. Again, say if they paying $200, $300 to get their books right? You getting 20% of that. Do the math. If I add on a person every week, again, bookkeepers, you know, bookkeeping is something you don't get rid of, because if I find somebody to do my books and my taxes are right, I'm staying with them people. So you talking about years long passive income. And if you multiply it by each person, that's how your bread get large. So if you ask me $200, what can I get with $200? $200 can become $1,000 of passive income per month. So it pays back itself. That's it. And if you constantly do it, guess what? You get more. And if you actively work the business, you can make even more, right? So again, this is the business opportunity. $99. You get started as a life and health. We get you the training. We get you set up for the classes. You take the test, you pass. We get you set up with the carrier so you can sell, and you're going to get nothing but training, baby. So you're not in it alone. So we're going to train you, right? Put you on the team. We're going to train you up. Or if you say, you know what, I don't want to sell it, but I want to refer people. Great. You got your license. You can get the cut. Same thing with taxes. We're going to train you. You want to get the classes. So come this next tax season, you can hit the block running, right? Where you're making about 60%, 40, 60% off of each tax return. Or you can earn your referral fee and get 20% just referring people. That's a lot. Everybody got to do taxes. So it's nothing but people. Same thing like credit, right? How many of y'all got bad credit? Again, I know just from the people that reach out to me on a daily basis, right? For rentals, I get about 50 to 100 calls a day. That's why I had to go to the AI autoresponder, because there's no way I could answer all those calls every day. And everybody, 500 credit score, 400 credit score, 550 credit score, repos, bank this, bank that, whatever. Y'all need help. So I can offer you help. So if you need credit repair, hit me up. 346-589-8925. Text credit help, and I can get you help. Or again, you can make money by referring your people. Think about how many of your friends are broke or got bad credit, right? Broke and got bad credit. So how many of them people that you can refer to get the services to help them out, or to get the opportunity to grow, and now you can build you up a team. It's crazy how I'm from Brooklyn, right? From Brownsville, East New York. And when I think about Brooklyn, right, just like a lot of other places, it's full battle rap, right? You ever seen that meme where it got the lady from Archer Moms, and it's a real estate meme, and it says, how good is the neighborhood? And it says, can your kids fight?
That's the kind of neighborhood I was from. Can you fight? Can you scrap up, knuckle up? Listen, it's a lot of people looking to get away from that. It's a lot of people that's looking to rise above. I thank God for the opportunities that I had, because I had the opportunity. I went in the military. I took an opportunity, and it helped me to elevate out the trap. And this is why I'm so gung-ho to give this opportunity to each and every one of y'all that want to take place right now. So listen, 346-589-8925, or send me a DM. Don't send it in the comments. Send me a DM. Follow me so then you can send me a DM. Say I want the opportunity. Text Zoom. You can text Zoom to send me a private message, send Zoom, and then we can connect like that. Or you can hit up my 24-hour hotline, 346-589-8925, 346-589-8925, and text Zoom or text opportunity. I don't know what it's about. I'm going to jump in. We're going to get you set up. Listen, we got training classes, right? Or I should say career orientation classes on Mondays and on Wednesdays, right? That can help you out. Wednesday, tomorrow, we got for taxes. So it sounds interesting what I'm telling you about the taxes and you want to learn more, right? Because I'm talking real quick, of course, but I want you to go through the orientation where they're going to break it down and make it plain and simple. You can ask all your questions. All you need to do is text Zoom, right? 346-589-8925, 346-589-8925, or PM me. Don't just sit in these comments. PM me. Zoom, taxes, tax opportunity, so I can get you registered for the class for tomorrow, starting at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you're in Texas, 6 o'clock. If you're in Vegas, well, I think Vegas is west, so it might be, 4 o'clock. You know what I mean? But 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right? So if you're in the 50 states, you want to get started with taxes, or even if you say, man, I want to do that referral thing that you was telling me about, where I can refer people to get their credit right, because I got Ray and them, they need their credit right. Debt consolidation. Listen, how many people got unsecured credit and unsecured credit or unsecured debt? Let me say it like that. Unsecured debt. What unsecured debt is I have a car. I'm making payments. I lost my job. I can't make payments. I still have that car. That's not unsecured because I have a loan for the car. They repo the car. Now I owe money. Now it's unsecured. You still got to pay that. You won't pay the difference of what they sold it for versus what you owe. That's unsecured debt that you got to get that cleaned out. And I know some of these mumbo jumbo fly by night credit repair places that tell you, oh, you can do this, you can do that, you can get it off. You get it off for a second, but it comes right back. So what's the sense of cleaning it to have it come right back? So we can, again, like I said, I can help you get your credit fixed, or you can join the program and you can help others. Think about how many other people you know that need their credit fixed, right? Or like I said, talking about debt consolidation, 10,000 or more. How many of y'all need, you owe credit cards? How many of y'all got about $20,000, $30,000 worth of unsecured debt? Or maybe you had payday loans, or you took out a loan, it sounded good. Maybe you took it out for a business, it failed, so now you own this money, right? Shout out Tiny Homes. Thank you for joining. And you want to clean this up. So again, these are opportunities where not only you can help yourself, but you can help others. Even if you just do it to help your people. $99. And you can make that back once you qualify. You can make it back within a week. You can make it back in a day. Like I said, $200 total, where you can get set up for life and health and taxes, and you can truly become an all-around referral agent. You good. Now the last part. So again, text Zoom 346-589-8925, 346-589-8925. If you want to get hooked up with this opportunity, again, it's a training, it's a career orientation class that's going on tomorrow, 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 346-589-8925. Text Zoom, text opportunity, text taxes. We'll get you squared away. All I need is the full name, email, number. We got you covered. You come to the class, you ask your questions. It sound good. Boom. You pay your $99. We get you in. That's it. $99 can turn to $10,000 a month. People are doing this. People are making six figures with multiple streams of income. Again, remember from the beginning, we talked about rich people don't depend on one income stream, because if you got one basket and put all your eggs in one basket, that basket get crushed, you have nothing no more. So listen, I'm Kareem Lewis. I used to say I'm your trusted Houston realtor, the one that keeps it real with you. But now I'm going to say I am your veteran wealth builder, because I have a new mission now. I'm still a realtor. I'm not going to get rid of that. I still can help you if you need help with rentals. You're trying to buy, sell a house. You're going through foreclosure. You trying to invest. If you're a veteran, shout out to all my veterans. If you're a veteran, you're trying to learn how to use that VA loan to start as an investor to get duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes. I got you. If you're a regular civilian, guess what? The FHA loan, boom, you can do the same thing. You can actually do fix and flips with a VA loan or FHA loan. What? For real? So again, I am the secret sauce boss. I give all this secret sauce, but everybody don't chime in. 346-589-8925. 346-589-8925. Plug in. Listen, I gotta go because I've been over here for an hour, right? So I'm just gonna say this one more time. This is the opportunity. If you look at my videos, my latest videos, I got about 3 of them that talk about the opportunity. $99 and you in. $200, let's just say you can cover all things. And likewise, just like I have a partnership with that, guess what? If you're a realtor, right? If you're a beginning realtor, if you thinking about becoming a real estate agent, if you heard me talk about apartment locating, renter specialist, things like that, a lot of people been chiming in saying, how do I do it? I want to learn. I want to plug in. Listen, the at-home network. I'm giving you things opportunities that you can do from home. So guess what? If you're a busy mother and you don't have nobody to babysit the kids, you can plug in while they watching, Nucky or whatever you got them looking at, you know what I'm saying? You can make money, right? If you a dad, instead of going out there 80,000 hours a week, you can work from the office. I'm sure your wife would love it if your hands wasn't so rough and rugged. You know what I mean? So when you touch her, it feel good. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get you inside the house. Or if you don't want to be in the house, rent you a little office space. They got office spaces for about $299. And guess what? You can write it off as a business expense. You can file a LLC. We can help you with that. We can get your books right. We can help you with that. We can do your taxes. We can help you with that. We can help you get life insurance, health insurance. So if you self-employed, guess what? You ain't got to worry about that. We can help you with that. 346-589-8925. 346-589-8925. Plug in, DM me. Let's go. So again, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for almost 20,000 hearts. Whoever been hitting me up, man. I know my man, Chief, I'm going to hit you up, man. I got to sing you something. Matter of fact, you blessed me today. Make sure you send me a DM, right? A PM, private message. So I can send you, I'm going to send you one of them travel vouchers, man, to get you going, a little something just to say thank you, man. $500 voucher. It'll help you save on your trips, hotel fees, stuff like that. Summertime, I know people want to go out. That's what it's about, man. Help you, help me, help us, right? I tell you what, for those that stayed in or those that hear this, when I chop and screw this on Opus clips, right? Because I know a lot of y'all not going to catch this long video because it's long. This is about over an hour. So if you catch this part, check it out. Sign up today, right? Matter of fact, you don't even need to sign up. I tell you what, because I want you to see the opportunity, right? Before you pay, I want you to play before you pay. So I want you to text me, Zoom, tax opportunity, insurance opportunity, or double play, 346-589-8925, 346-589-8925, and go to the career orientations that they have. Like I said, on Wednesday, it's for taxes. On Mondays, it's for life insurance and health, and explains the whole thing, how you can do that part of the business as well as referrals. And I tell you what, you go in, you stay for the whole thing. Even if you say, Kareem, I'm not going to get it. right? Because I'll be on all those classes. But if you went, you do it, I'm going to give you a travel voucher, right? Sign up. I'm going to give you a travel voucher. I give you a $300 travel voucher that you can use that's going to help you save. You can save anywhere from 5 to almost 60% on hotel stays, resort stays. You know, if you go out there to Jamaica, Dominican Republic, you go to Cancun, they got these excursions. You know, excursions cost about $100, $200 a person. You can save some money with them, right? It's a travel voucher. It's free. I'm going to give you you know what? Forget 300. I'm going to give $500 of savings just for joining a meeting, a Zoom meeting, an hour Zoom meeting. Do the hour Zoom meeting. Again, you're not paying. You're just checking it out. Just for checking it out, I'm going to give you $500 in travel savings. You can't beat that, baby. Listen, if you get it, great. If you don't, okay, you get the 500. But at least you heard. And I feel good because I know an opportunity was afforded to each and every one of my listeners. You had the opportunity. You didn't take it? Okay. But for $200, you can get your money back in a day. $200 to be all around. You can be locked in to make $1,000 a week, maybe $10,000 a month, maybe more. You can set up a team and have people under you, working under you. You be true boss man, boss lady, for real. And we help you set it up. So listen, this is Kareem Lewis, your veteran wealth builder, brother from another mother, secret sauce boss. Hopefully, man, thank again for everybody that tuned in, everybody that liked, subscribed, shared, followed, all that good stuff. Janice McCoy, thank you for coming in. Texas Shy Boy, thank you. User 04736, thank you. Thank you, everybody, man. So I just want to say this last thing. Listen, thank you. I hope I'm going to put out a quick post, you know, just saying, listen, you got the opportunity to jump on this tax presentation tomorrow, an hour, and I'm going to give you this $500 travel voucher for free. Just for going, you stay on. I see that you stayed on, you know, you take a screenshot of it at the end so I can see the time. And I know that, you know, you was on there to the end. You got it. Take one when you first log in. Take one when you left. Then I know you got a majority of the time. Then guess what? I'm going to give you a voucher. You go travel. You take trips. What do you have to lose? But guess what you can gain? So my brothers and sisters, wherever you at, North Dakota, South Dakota, Michigan, Iowa, Florida, Georgia, New York, Texas, Arkansas, wherever you at, wherever you be, I want to say this to you. God bless each and every one of you. I send blessings your way to everybody. Shout out Carmel, Brownsville, baby. You know, shout out to you. I just want to tell everybody blessings. And please take the opportunity, right? Again, you don't have to pay the $99 up front. Just join the meeting. DM me, Zoom, Zoom, taxes, life insurance, double play, send it. You know, you can send me the the PM on TikTok, or you can, 346-589-8925. Send it to me there. The autoresponder pick up. I'll see it. I'll make sure I put you in. It's a meeting tomorrow, 7:00 Eastern Standard Time, where you can learn more of the opportunity. And if it sounds good, you sign up. Only $99 right now to get started in the tax business. You can't beat that. Fat Daddy, what's good with you? Invite V, how you doing? Listen, God bless each and every one of y'all, man. In 2026, I don't know if y'all remember, earlier this year, January, is like the first week of January, I said, man, I want to help 100 families. And it wasn't just about real estate, buying and selling real estate. It's really about helping 100 families. With this opportunity, I believe in my heart of hearts, because again, I told you, I don't pump nothing that I don't do. I'm a part of it for both life insurance and health and taxes, getting ready to build something for my family. And I've been trying to pump it to everybody like, yo, get in. It's a great opportunity for a low entry. Most of y'all paying $5,000, $10,000 for these guru schmurus for a bootleg book that's going to sit on your closet, sit on your desk. You don't do nothing. It's nothing. $200 is for business. It's a tax write-off. And you can wind up getting that back within a day. Once you get a license and get going, you can make it back in a day. Again, you about to spend 200, 300, 500 this weekend just popping bottles, chilling with models. You know, buying Gucci. Some of y'all buying Felucci on Canal Street or whatever bootlegger spot they got in your city, right? You're going to do it. So why not spend something on something that can enhance your income, enhance your financial outlook for you and yours, for generational growth? This is Kareem Lewis, your brother from another mother, veteran wealth builder. Listen, God bless you guys. Love you. Signing out. Till the next time. Shout out. Ain't on in. Guess it on in, baby. Listen, everybody. How you in this doggone thing? I'm trying to end it, but listen. For everybody that's joining in now, again, if you just look at my videos I just put out about the opportunity. Get plugged in. Like I said, $500 travel voucher for those that attend to